Okay, so let's talk about Pearl, which is the latest film from Ti West. This is a prequel to his movie X, which just came out this year as well, back in March. And pretty much we were left with this as a end credit scene at the end of X, the trailer for Pearl, and we had no idea when this was coming out. And then we just heard, yeah, this is coming out the same year, and we were all just excited. Well, I was for sure. So this has no spoilers. So if you have not watched the movie, this is the video for you to find out if you should go watch this or not, or if you should just skip this. So definitely keep tuning in and make sure you subscribe below and hit that notification bell. We're trying to get to 25k, less than 600 to go, but let's talk about Pearl, which stars Mia Goth. So before we get into it, I do want to say that this is definitely, I think, the most range we've seen from Mia Goth, and this is definitely going to be a movie that I would be shocked not to see in contention for awards, because she delivers something very special in this movie. There is a monologue that is like over 5 minutes that's just incredible, and definitely worth checking out the movie just for that alone. She is just electrifying in the role, and every time she is on screen, the presence and the command she has is incredible. Ti West also here is, I think, at a more sharp feeling when it comes to his editing and directing, because every scene, every beat just goes like with a heavy hit, and I really did enjoy that movie doing that. So if you don't know, in X, Mia Goth actually plays both Maxine and Pearl, and both characters are kind of similar in a way, and that's kind of the interesting thing about having an actress play both of these characters, because both of these characters just want to be a star, they want to be known, and I think that this movie really dives deep into that human factor of it all, of just wanting to do something with your life and sort of having these things that are holding you back from it. And in the case of Pearl in this movie, these things are going to be her sick father, her husband leaving to the war, and her controlling mother as well. And I think that that was something that was curious about this movie, is that we see Pearl in a different light than what we see them in X, where they're just this murderous old woman. And I think seeing her in a different light really gives you more empathy towards the character. And probably going back to watch X now, I think you'll feel different about Pearl as well. Not saying that that redeems anything that Pearl has done, because they are still a murderous old woman at X, but I think that you definitely see her in another light and know what exactly drove her to this situation, which I think is what makes this movie so great, that it is just a character study of this person that's just trying to sort of live out their dreams and go out to see the world and do what they love, but ultimately life just keeps on putting more and more of this pressure down and eventually breaks them, and then we see the end result of what Pearl eventually becomes. And I thought that that was so done well in this movie, because the way it's sort of back and forth in her mind, and she knows that she is having some struggles internally as well, and is trying to maybe get some help. So change of settings due to the lighting in the other room not being that good. But let's talk about Mia Goth's performance. Like I was talking to y'all, I think that she is definitely going to be a contender for awards. And if she's not, I give up on awards completely, because I have lately been just going down this run of feeling that the awards never get it right. And I think she definitely deserves to be in that contention with this movie right here, specifically with that monologue scene. And then there is also a kitchen scene, a dinner scene. I don't want to give spoilers or anything, but her and her mother give such an amazing performance throughout it that I do not know how you cannot see that and be like, yeah, that's definitely a movie that I think should get an award or anything like that, because it was done so well, it was so raw, it was so in your face, and I definitely do consider it one of the best scenes I've seen all year for sure. I definitely see this catapulting her career even more. Specifically also in horror, I can definitely see her being more along the lines of a horror legend at this point, due to these two performances and whatever we get from Maxine. But also as an actor, the range she showed here definitely shows me that she has a bright career ahead of her, and I can't wait to see what's next for her. And now let's talk about Ti West, who did an amazing job directing as well as editing and also co-writing the screenplay with her. I think he definitely is back now, and he had an interview where he talked about sort of taking a break from movies, doing TV. He felt a little bit more along the lines of, it's been a couple of years since I made a movie, and I feel like I've been doing so much TV back and forth that I definitely am more sharp and am able to really get into and make the best movie I can. And here he is making 3 movies and making them just as good as I ever would have imagined from. I really enjoyed his first feature that we saw a couple of years back. I think it's The House of the Devil. I thought that one was great. And so when I heard he took a break, and especially for a long time, because I think it was like about 7 years, I was definitely bummed out. But then when I heard when he was coming back with X, I got excited once again. And I think he did some good job in TV. I think the most notable thing that I've watched from him recently on the TV was The Exorcist show, which was done very good. I think he directed some of those episodes. A very underrated show, so definitely check that out if you want. But I am excited with this because I think this one's going to really open up some more doors for him and really give him some more range to do what he needs to do. So overall, like I said, I think this movie was done well, especially for the time and just how much they went into it, like the little prep time in between both movies. They delivered something special, a great homage to the golden era technicolor of Hollywood as well, that pretty much blends the slasher in there as well. Not as much slasher as X, I would say, but I think just enough to still be considered that. And I think even less than X makes this movie feel more impactful once those slashings do come, which we'll talk about in my ending explained after this video, so stay tuned for that. But like I said, this is worth checking out in theaters. This is worth going to go see because I think what they delivered with this movie was great, and it is definitely worth seeing on that big screen. That musical number, that monologue, that dinner scene alone makes for it. So definitely go see this in theaters if you can, but let me know your thoughts and opinions on the movie down below, if you've checked it out or not. What did you think about X? Are you going to watch Maxine or not? Let me know. There is a Maxine contest coming up. We're going to be participating in it. If you know what it is, you know what's coming. If you don't, just brace yourself. But anyways, as always, that's going to do it for us. Make sure you hit that notification bell, that subscribe button down below. We're on the road to 25,000 subscribers. At 25,000, we will do a giveaway. You don't want to miss out on that, so make sure you're subscribing, notification bell on. But as always, that's going to do it for us. Check out all our other videos on the left. Check out our X videos as well that we did on the movie, and we have our ending explained coming out today, as well as a live talk show talking about Pearl tonight after Atlanta. Atlanta premieres tonight, so we're going to make a video on it just as we did with the other season. So there's a ton of stuff coming to the channel. You don't want to miss out on it. We do have an interview with a director from Fantastic Fest as well coming out tomorrow. It's a very interesting one, so definitely worth checking out. But as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.